Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachak Kadash, for giving me the spirit and power to make this lesson. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach this truth and real well. Wabarakatham unto the elect. This is the Brother Gabar with another lesson. All right, from the Great Millstone Dallas branch. And I want to go into this account of when Yahushai was walking on the sea. All right, and Peter stepped off the boat, walking on the sea, all right, to meet him, and everything that kind of transpired in that account, okay, which is written for our learning, all right, so that we could gain off of that, okay. This is Matthew chapter 14 and verse 22, okay, because you're going to learn in this truth. It's not just going to be smooth sails, okay. Smooth sails do not make strong sailors. All right. So the Lord is going to try you. The Lord is going to test your faith. OK. And it's very important that you read. All right. Understanding the nature of the Most High, not just, oh, damn, I'm going through this. This can't be the truth. You know, it's supposed to be good happening. Nah, this is not Christianity. You're going to receive good and you're going to receive evil. Job said that. OK. And many other accounts. But nevertheless, let's get into it. Matthew chapter 14 and verse 22 in the KJV. It says, and straightway Yahushua constrained his disciples to get into a ship and to go before him unto the other side, while he sent the multitudes away. And when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up into a mountain apart to pray. And when the evening was come, he was there alone. But the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary. And in the fourth watch of the night, so it was very late, okay, it says, and in the fourth watch of the night, Yahushua went unto them, walking on the sea. All right, verse 26. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, it is a spirit, and they cried out for fear. But straightway Yahushua spake unto them, saying, be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water. And he said, come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Yahushua. So not only did Yahushua walk on water, but Peter walked on water. And there's many more things that Yahushua did that is just not written. Okay, but the Lord gave us enough, all right, of the miracles and different things Yahushua did. Okay. Verse 30, here's where the point really kind of starts. It says, but when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried, saying, Lord, save me. Right? So he was walking on the water, doing just fine in the beginning, but that storm deterred his faith, and then he began to sink. Okay? It says, verse 31, and immediately Yahushua stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? You see? So the Lord does not want you to doubt even when crazy things are happening around you. You still got to remain faithful. You still got to remain obedient. Okay? And not just have a little bit of faith, a little bit of trust, but fully trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shai. Because a little bit of doubt, as the scriptures say, a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. All right, you cannot be double-minded. You cannot come unto the Lord double-minded at all. You have to be fully persuaded. Okay? Verse 32. And when they were coming to the ship, the wind ceased, you see? And Yahushua stopped that storm. He started it and he stopped it. All right? Verse 33. Then they that were in the ship came and worshipped him, saying, of a truth thou art the Son of God. You see? Yeah, Yahushua did many, many, many more things, like I said before. Okay, but this was especially written for our learning. All right, so that when you come into this thing, all right, and your faith is being built up, okay, and then the Lord allows Satan to do certain things to cause a storm in your life, okay, you could be getting hit with multiple things all in the same time, okay, in the same week, in the same day, like Job. Okay, he was getting hit with, hey, your kid's dead. Oh, this happened, that happened. You know, while each one was talking, the next servant would come and tell him some more bad news. Okay, but it's your reaction in the storm. Are you remaining faithful? Like, okay, damn, but Yahweh Bashem Shai is still with me. You know, fuck it. Or is it like, oh shit, this is happening, that is happening, and then you just completely not focused on the Lord anymore. All right, but you're focused on what's going on around you. You focus on the sight of things, which brings me to another precept. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 7. It says, for we walk by faith, not by sight. Right? We walk by faith, not by sight. Okay? And it can look crazy walking by faith, all right, in terrible situations, because you're not reacting carnally. All right? The world would deem you crazy. Okay? But Yahweh Bashem Shai requires you to be faithful through it all. Okay, which is a lot easier said than done, obviously. But it's something that you have to do. Because look at Yahweh Shai's reaction, going back in that Matthew 14 in verse 31. It says, and immediately, so Yahweh Shai was going to save him, or it did save him. Okay, it says, and immediately, Salakia, I got a call, but going back to that Matthew 14 and 31, all right, going into Yahweh Shai's reaction, okay, to see like, all right, is it okay just to let the storm overwhelm you, all right, and to just, you know, be tossed to and fro and just lose your faith, all right, begin to lose your faith and to doubt, okay? Verse 31, and immediately Yahweh Shai stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? Right. What you scared for? What you doubting for? I'm here, you know? And you got to have that same mentality. You got to put that on. Okay, the Lord is with me. Okay, I don't have to be afraid of anything because the Lord is with me. Matter of fact, I'll get a quick precept. All right, which is easier said than done. We're in these bodies. Don't get it twisted. We're in these fleshly bodies, but you still have to rule your spirit. All right, ain't no excuses on not ruling your spirit. You can feel a certain type of way. Yahweh Shai felt a certain type of way. Going on that cross, he prayed to the Father to please take it away if it be possible. All right. But nevertheless, he still, you know, ruled his spirit. All right. And he did what must be done. All right. And even the angels came to strengthen him. OK. 2 Timothy 1 and 7, it says, for Yahweh hath not given us the spirit of fear. Yeah. We don't have that spirit. As soon as something happens, oh, shit, and just bugged out. Nah, man. OK. It says, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So you're supposed to practice that sound mind and tapping into that power, praying, fasting, okay, using your spiritual warfare weapons, okay. Yahweh Bashem Shai does not like, all right, the ones that doubt and that are fear and wavery, okay. Now I want to grab a quick precept and I end it off. Sirach 2 and 15. It says, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word. Right. And if you fear the Lord, you believe in the Lord. OK, so you're going to do your best to obey him, even in situations where it's like, damn, if I don't do this, I could die, you know, which is the most extreme. All right. Kind of reminds me of like the hour of temptation. OK, or any situation, you know. Damn, I supposed to be doing this, but damn, didn't, you know, and Satan could be playing on your mind like, nah, just go do this or just, you know, just give in or whatever. But no, you got to obey the Lord, and the Lord wants you to be faithful unto the end. OK, no matter what. And that's what you called to do in this truth, man. Sirach 2:15. They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. Right. You're going to obey the Lord and keep his ways to the best of your ability, of course. OK, even when you're going through hell. OK, and that account really shows you the mindset of the Lord. OK, when you doubt, when you give up. All right. The Lord is not pleased with that, but he's pleased with you pushing and fighting, okay, and trying your best to stay in the spirit, okay, the Lord is pleased with those things, man. Okay, so I just wanted to highlight that. In Lord's will, this was edifying. All right, no matter what the storm is, no matter, all right, what it looks like, remain faithful. All right, walk by faith. And the Lord can perform any miracle for you. The Lord can do anything. Okay, look at Susanna. You know, it looked like she was just going to be put to death. All right, but she did what was right, and she called out to the Lord. And you read Susanna 1:44. All right, and it says that the Lord heard her cry. Okay, likewise, the Lord is going to hear you, because it's really all a test at the end of the day. All right, and it's to build you. It's a test to try you, but it's also to build you up, your faith, your relationship with the Lord. Okay. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashim Al Shah for giving me the spirit and power to make this lesson. Until next time, Kamar Sharallah. Shalom.